All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Saturday as we have a triple header for you today as we continue with our current sim season number 35, week number 12. First up, it'll be the San Diego Chargers and the New Orleans Saints. The Chargers come in at 6-5, currently in second place in the AFC West, 2 games behind the Oakland Raiders with at least for the Chargers, with 5 games to go. If the Chargers are going to catch the Raiders, they've got to pretty much win out and hope the Raiders stumble a couple of times. For the Saints, they sit in the cellar of the NFC West. In fact, the Saints, they come in at 3-8. If the Saints lose this game today, they will be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So the Saints have to win to keep their very, very, very slim playoff hopes alive. A loss, and they are eliminated from postseason play. Our second game later on will be the Vikings and the Cardinals out in Arizona. We'll talk more about that when we get there. And then our final game tonight will be up in the Pacific Northwest. It'll be the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks, and we'll talk more about that when we get there as well. All right, we've got the Chargers and the Saints here, and let's take a look at our standings. Evil Dead is now 87-63, and Misty's a million. Evil Dead is 24 games over 500, and Evil Dead's on a bit of a roll here in week number 12. I think he's only missed 1 game all week so far. All right, let's head on down to the Bayou for this one. Chargers Saints here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the Chargers and the Saints. And welcome in to another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports here on the Bayou. As we start a triple header for you here tonight, Evil Dead's got the lightning bolts. He's going with the Chargers in this one. The Saints, if they lose, they are mathematically eliminated from postseason play. Chargers trying to keep pace for the Raiders in the AFC West. Chargers get the ball first. Scott from the 2-yard line brings it out over the 20, 25, and Alan Scott out to the 25-yard line. 5th year back out of Florida. Misty's for who? Raiders aren't playing. The Chargers. Ethan Garbers, the rookie out of UCLA, is the starting quarterback. It was a good show, Evil Dead. The rain kind of killed everything. It was supposed to go until about 4 o'clock. They started packing up at 12:30. Some of them were still there, but a vast majority started packing up because of the rain. So the Chargers will start from their own 25-yard line. 5 wide. Garbers in the shotgun.
Here we go.
Garbers drops back, throws downfield, caught by Roush. And Jim Roush out to the 34, a gain of 9. Andrew Moore, the linebacker, on the tackle in his 6th year out of Nevada. Jim Roush, the tight end, been around a long time, in his 17th year out of Navy after spending 16 years with Tampa Bay. Yeah, they got a few hours in. Garbers in the shotgun, 2nd and 1. Garbers drops back, throws, and into a crowd, incomplete. Tried to throw a swing pass to Allen Scott there, but he messed that up. Here's the Charger offense up front. Speaks, Myers, McAvoy, Kennedy, and Ambrose. And then it's Thompson, Scott, Burke, Roush, and Tate. 3rd and 1 for the Chargers now. Their opening series at their own 34-yard line. On 3rd down, Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Burke, and DJ Burke, the former Packer, out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 10, and that'll be a Charger first down. DJ Burke, in his 9th year out of Georgia, spent 8 years with Green Bay. Now in his first year with San Diego. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow too, I think. Well, Mother Nature doesn't adhere to a calendar. They're evil. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Burke, and Burke goes down, no gain. Let's take a look at the Saints defense. New Orleans plays a 4-3. Martin, Barnett, Monroe, and Felton up front. Linebackers Taylor, Moore, and Hammond. And the secondary for the Saints, Clements, Rothman, Kirk, and Templeton. Now earlier this morning, we got up early. We're up at 5:30, and we were on site at 6:30 to set up my DJ equipment and everything. The Jordan Hackett run, that was a success. It was overcast. It was raining up until about 45 minutes until race time. Garber's looking, throws, gets it out to Merced, out to the 48-yard line as they cross midfield. And that'll be a gain of 8. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. We must have had, around, how many, Misty? Would you say about 300? We had about 300 runners come out, braving the weather. 3rd and 2 from the 48. Just a busy Saturday around these parts. Garber's under center. Garbers drops back, throws outside, caught by Thompson down the sideline. David Thompson, a big gain. Thompson all the way down to the 17-yard line, 31 yards. David Thompson, in his 10th year out of Florida. I feel bad for our local baseball and softball teams in the postseason tournaments. They got their games in Thursday. Their Friday got rained out. Today got rained out. And a couple of the teams, I think, have to play double headers now tomorrow. And if they can't get them in tomorrow, then Monday. Monday was supposed to be an off day. 1st and 10 from the Saints 17-yard line. Garber's under center. Garbers hands off to Burke. And DJ Burke out to the 10. And that'll be a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. This is a long, sustained drive by the Chargers. They worked it all the way down to the Saint 10-yard line. Wayne Martin finally came over and made the tackle in his 12th year out of California, Berkeley. The Chargers at 6-5, trying to keep pace with the Raiders. Saints at 3-8, trying to avoid elimination. 2nd and 3 from the 10 in the I formation. Garbers to Branch, and Branch gets taken down. Brian Branch, in his 6th year out of Colorado. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards. Benjamin Clements comes up and makes the tackle in his 6th year out of Texas. I sent you all those World War II pictures, Evil Dead. It was really cool. It's really a cool event. They do it every year. And a lot of people dress up to represent the period. 3rd and 5 from the 12, 4 wide. Garber's in the shotgun. They got to get to the 7 for a first down. Garber's looking, throws, caught by Alan Scott, picks up the first down. A 6-yard gain to the 6-yard line. 5th year back out of Florida, Alan Scott, the former Eagle. He was traded to the Chargers during the offseason. 1st and goal, Chargers at the Saints 6-yard line. Boy, a long, sustained drive. Oh, it was really cool. I walked by the guy with the howitzer, and he had the big old round out there. And I said, "That's one big bullet." And he goes, "Yep." First and goal from the 6. Garber's looking. Garber's still looking. Garber's rolls out, extending the play, throws to the end zone. It's picked off by Andrew Moore in the end zone. The linebacker picks it off for the Saints. And the long drive for San Diego comes up empty as Garber's throws the pick. Andrew Moore, the the 6th-year linebacker out of Nevada. He threw into a crowd. It actually was a nice pick by Moore. I don't think the intended receiver knew it was coming. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Saints going the other way. It'll be a touchback. And the Saints are led by their starting quarterback, Peyton Hicks, in his 7th year out of Tennessee. So after a drive that took up nearly half the quarter, the Chargers come up empty. And now New Orleans will take over at their own 20. Hicks in the shotgun, 4 wide.
Here we go now. Blue line.
Hicks hands off to Wilder, and James Wilder out to the 23-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. On the tackle there, number 92, Lawrence Watts, in his 2nd year out of USC. Under 4 minutes now left to play in the first quarter, no score. This is New Orleans' opening possession. Saints come out in the offset eye. Hicks under center. Hicks to Wilder, and Wilder breaking through. He gets out to the 26-yard line. A gain of 3 more. It'll be 3rd and 4. Camello on the tackle. Sean Camello, the 4th-year linebacker out of Syracuse. Well, tomorrow afternoon at around 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, I get to paint Gracie's room again. She went and got pink paint now. It's blue at the moment. Kind of a teal at the moment. So that'll be my afternoon project. And then I'll be on with another triple header tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern time. 3rd and 4 from the 26-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Throws down the middle. Caught by Hancock. Dalton Hancock out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 15. And that'll be a New Orleans first down. Dalton Hancock in his 8th year out of Boise State. Yeah, Gracie went to the hardware store this afternoon and picked it up herself. They had a paint machine there. They can do all that. I like teal as a color. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. 3:15 and counting. 4 wide for New Orleans. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks back. Hicks throws near side. Caught by Hancock. Out to the 50-yard line. A gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and inches. Dalton Hancock, the tight end. I always liked the Florida Marlins and their original uniforms when they first came out, and that teal look, that was a good look. What they wear now is dumb. 2nd and inches from the 50-yard line. In the offset eye, Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder. Wilder's close to the marker, and he does not get there. Odell Briggs on the tackle in his 7th year out of Wisconsin. It'll be 30 inches from the 50-yard line. Speaking of baseball, I've got to get back to that. I haven't done a baseball game in about a month and a half. 30 inches from the 50-yard line. 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks throws. Caught by Jefferson. And Tim Jefferson out to the 35. A gain of 15. And that'll be a New Orleans first down. The 8th-year receiver out of Ohio State. Tell you what, with all the rain that we had the rain yesterday. In fact, we had thunderstorms yesterday, and it continues into today here in the Nashville area. This morning out there at the run, it was kind of cold, wasn't it, mister? And this afternoon during the Tennessee maneuvers, it was still cool. It wasn't your typical Nashville May temperatures. First and 10 from the 35. Three receivers to the far side on first and 10. Hicks in the shotgun. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hicks looking. Hicks throws. Incomplete. And that'll bring up second and 10. All things considered, with the weather and everything, for that run this morning, the run started at 9. Registration was at 7 this morning. It was a good turnout. I was impressed by the turnout. Second and 10 from the 35. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder. And Wilder to the 31-yard line. A gain of 4. Make it a gain of 3. It'll be third and 7. Yeah, it all worked out. Yeah. Misty sent you a picture of me sitting across the street from the courthouse where the Tennessee maneuvers was taking place. One of my veteran friends brought his 2 Dobermans. Third and 7 from the 31-yard line. Hicks looking. Hicks throws. Caught by McAllister. Down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 7. And that'll be another New Orleans first down. Yeah, the pictures with me and the dog, he had 2 of them, a brown one and a black one. And they were just big babies. I mean, to look at them, they're imposing looking, but they both acted like big babies. They just wanted to be loved on. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. If I had the room, I would have took one home. They tried to give it to him. First and 10. Hicks throws near side. Caught by Wilder. Turns up downfield. And Wilder down to the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6. That'll bring up second and 4. James Wilder in his 7th year out of Tennessee. He was a teammate of Peyton Hicks at Tennessee. They got drafted together by the Saints. Hicks was drafted in the first round. Wilder was in the second round. And that draft 7 seasons ago. Second and 4, they're in the I formation. Hicks to Carter this time. Ed Carter around the outside. And Carter all the way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 13. It'll be first and goal. The 4th year back out of Ole Miss. And just like the Chargers with a long drive, the Saints just marching down the field. A long drive by them. But we're coming up on the end of the quarter here. It'll be first and goal from the 3-yard line. I don't know if they get the playoff in time. We'll find out. And they do not. At the end of 1, we have no score here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. We go to the second quarter. The Chargers and the Saints, we have no score. But it'll be first and goal for the Saints at the Charger 3-yard line as we start the second quarter. Chargers drove downfield a long drive and they threw a pick in the end zone. And the Saints, an equally long drive, and they're at the doorstep here. First and goal from the 3. Hicks in the shotgun. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Hicks back. Hicks throws. Caught by Hancock. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown catch by Dalton Hancock. The 8th year tight end out of Boise State. And the Saints go up 6-0. Nice drive by New Orleans. Capped off by the touchdown. Now Jerome Taylor will come on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. Saints lead at 7-0, 7:58 left here in the first half. Here at the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. The 6-5 Chargers, the 3-8 Saints. If I'm not mistaken, if the Chargers lose and the Raiders beat the 49ers later, then the Raiders clinch at least a wild card berth. Right now, the Raiders have a 2-game lead on the Chargers in the AFC West. The Raiders play at the 49ers later this week, and that's going to be a tough game for Oakland. The Jets wrapped up a playoff berth last night. We'll talk more about that in a second. From the 3-yard line, David Thompson over the 20, 25, and Thompson out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 4. And that's where the Chargers will take over, 1st and 10. The New York Jets beat the New England Patriots handily yesterday. What was the final score? 27-9? Something like that. 27-12? I forget. They won. And the Jets are now 11-1, the best record in the AFC. And the Jets clinched at least a wild card, the first team to clinch a playoff berth. 27-9. I'm looking at it now. Garber's on first down. Throws, caught by David Thompson over the 40. And Thompson out to the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 13 yards and a first down for the Chargers. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here on this Saturday. It's the first Saturday in several weeks I've been able to do a game. Just been busy. Sit down, give me some milk. Yeah. Misty says she could have done my Saturday games for me. I would like to see that. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Garber's under center. Garber's to Burke up the middle, and DJ Burke across midfield, bouncing his way out to the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10, and that'll be a Charger first down. Chargers trying to tie the game up. Chargers came up empty on their opening drive when they threw a pick in the end zone. The Saints turned around and marched down the field and got a touchdown. And now this is San Diego's second possession. 3 wide to the far side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's high snap, fakes the handoff, looks downfield. Looking. Rolls out, in trouble, gets sacked back at the 41-yard line. That's a 13-yard sack. Making the sack, Dante Monroe, the 4th-year defensive tackle out of Georgia Tech. A loss of 13. Garber has made that rookie mistake of keep going backwards. If you're going to scramble, don't go backwards. Go sideways, but don't go backwards. I see. 2nd and 23 for the Chargers. I think the Chargers are still reeling over the loss last week. Garber's under center. On 2nd and 23. Garber's fakes the handoff, throws, and he totally whiffed on that one. Missing Burke down the middle. It'll be 3rd and 23 for the Chargers at their own 41-yard line. Yeah, the Chargers getting upset by the Rams last week. Rams put a smackdown on them. 3rd and 23 from the 41-yard line. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's fakes the handoff, throws down the middle, caught by Thompson. He's going to come up shy of the first down, though. A gain of 21. It'll be 4th and 2. David Thompson in his 10th year out of Florida. Making the tackle, saving the first down, was Chris Rothman, the 4th-year safety out of Oregon. This would be a 55-yard field goal attempt by Tyler Hines. They're indoors. 6 minutes left in the first half. Hines from 55 to try to get the Chargers on the board. Snap, kick is up. And that was way off target. That was wide left and then some. That's like a slice playing golf. I mean, my goodness. Right into the hazard. Chargers come up empty. Saints remain on top, 7-0. What was impressive last night about the Jets' win over the Patriots, they did so with over half the game using their backup quarterback, Tom Allen. Allen played well when he came in. I think he played better than the starter who got knocked out. That was Riley Leonard, the rookie out of Notre Dame. Allen comes off the bench and promptly throws 2 touchdown passes. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Hicks under center.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Hicks fakes the handoff. Hicks steps up. He's going to take off. And Peyton Hicks fumbles, and the Chargers come up with it. Hicks coughs up the football at about the 50-yard line. Cody Savage, the rookie safety out of Oregon, pounces on the football. Was he down there? Let me see. Hard to tell. Was the ball coming out ahead of time? I think the ball, I don't know. They might review that. Right now they're saying Charger football. Ethan Garbers comes out, the rookie out of UCLA. Will they review it? None so far. 5:39 left to play here in the first half. Saints up 7-0. No review. It's going to hold up. Chargers take over. A big break for San Diego now. Chance for them to tie the game. Garbers in the shotgun. 4 wide. Garbers hands off to Scott. And Alan Scott out to the 50. A gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Curry Felton on the tackle. The 4th-year defensive end out of East Carolina. 2nd and 9 from the 50-yard line. On 2nd down, 3 receivers to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers fakes the handoff, throws near side, caught by Roush. And Jim Roush down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 13, and that'll be a Charger first down. The longtime tight end in his 17th year out of Navy, after spending 16 years with Tampa Bay. And he still wears his gold shoes. First and 10 for the Chargers now. Yeah, they're beating themselves is what they're doing. 4 wide, 1st and 10. Garbers hands off to Burke. And Burke doesn't get far. In fact, he loses a yard. Curry Felton comes in and makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11 at the 38. We've got the Vikings and the Cardinals. We'll be in Arizona for that one. It's up next. Followed by the Redskins and the Seahawks. Next week in week 13, the Chargers, it doesn't get any easier. They host San Francisco. And New Orleans next week. I'll tell you here in a second. 2nd and 11. Garbers to Burke up the middle, and Burke fighting to get 2 yards out to the 36-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and 9. And the Saints play at New Orleans, the Saints play at New Orleans. The Saints play at Arizona next week. Third and 9. Chargers come out, 3 to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers drops back. Looking, in trouble, rolls out, and he takes off him. Well, that slide was a bit premature, as he only gets about 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 5 from the 32-yard line. I think he lost track of the yard marker. That's where awareness comes in. The rookies, they don't have the awareness that the veterans have. We're seeing it more and more this year because half the starting quarterbacks are rookies. So we're seeing a lot of bad awareness. Tyler Hines This will be from 49 yards to get the Chargers on the board. Oh, it's a fake. Riggs, and it doesn't fool the Saints at all. Chase Riggs, the rookie quarterback out of Oregon State. The Saints read it beautifully. Harris comes in, Ray Harris and Garrett Walker, the two defensive backs. That didn't fool them at all. Chargers come up empty again, as New Orleans will take over. Sometimes you can be too slick. 3:27 left to play here in the first half. And the Saints will have it. Great field position at their own 43-yard line. Live from the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Still just a 7-0 game. Hicks under center. Hancock in motion. Hicks play action. Looking. Steps up, rolls out, throws deep, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jared McAllister. It was broken up by Cody Savage, the rookie safety out of Oregon. McAllister in his 8th year out of Colorado. 3:21 left to play in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Saints at the 43-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks drops back, throws, caught by Potts. Breaking tackles, the big tight end, out to the 44-yard line. Anthony Potts, the 7th-year tight end out of Maryland. It's a 13-yard gain and a Saint first down to the Charger 44-yard line. Making the tackle, Damon Smiley, the rookie out of Nebraska. Under 3 minutes left in the first half. 1st and 10, New Orleans. They come out in the offset eye. Hicks under center. Hicks, play action. Throws down the middle, caught by Jefferson. Down to the 37, a gain of 7. Going to be 2nd and 3. He did not. I texted New England fan and Grando. New England fan has just fallen off the face of the earth. We haven't seen him in a long time. Yeah, G is scared. 2nd and 3 from the 37-yard line. Saints come out in the offset eye. Hicks under center. Hicks looking, throws, caught by Jefferson. Gets the first down. A gain of 6 down to the Charger 31-yard line. I tell you what, the Saints are the team looking like they have a 6-5 record, not the Chargers here today. The Saints, they're trying to stave off elimination. If New Orleans ends up losing this game, they will be mathematically eliminated. As we hit the 2-minute warning. Saints up 7-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. 2 minutes left until halftime. New Orleans leads the Chargers 7-0. And the Saints have the ball at the Charger 31-yard line. New Orleans trying to make this a 2-score game going into halftime. We're still waiting for the Chargers to show up. Other than that opening drive, but they threw a pick. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hicks drops back. Throws down the middle, caught by Hancock. Down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 8. This game right here is a rematch of Super Bowl number 8 in our sim season history. That was won by New Orleans back in the day. Long time ago. 24 sim seasons ago. 25 sim seasons ago. Hicks on 2nd and 2. Throws deep. Back of the end zone, incomplete. I think my math was off. 27 sim seasons ago. There we go. I got it. 3rd and 2 from the 23-yard line. The Saints won 2 Super Bowls in the first 8 seasons. 3rd and 2 from the 23-yard line. Hicks looking, throws, caught by Hancock. And Dalton Hancock out to the 20-yard line. Close to the marker, he's got it. A gain of 3. First down, New Orleans. Yeah, the Saints, they beat the Steelers in an early Super Bowl. Let me go back and look. I got them listed. Coming up on a minute left to play. Let's see. Yep, Saints and Steelers, season 4. First and 10. Hicks looking. Hicks throws, caught, no, incomplete. Yeah, they beat the Steelers 17-5 back in season 4, Super Bowl 4. And actually, I was wrong. It was season 10. The Saints beat the Chargers 28-16. I was off by 2 seasons. So that was 25 seasons ago. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks rolls out, now scrambling around, and he gets finally tackled back at the 29-yard line. On the tackle, number 98, John Keith, in his 4th year out of Colorado. Timeout is taken. It'll be a loss of 9. It'll be 3rd and 18 back at the 29-yard line. 48 seconds left until halftime. We'll head out to the desert after this one. We'll have the Vikings and the Cardinals. The Vikings, who are in first place in the NFC Central by a half game by virtue of the Packers' loss the other day. 3rd and 18 from the 29. Hicks looking. Hicks throws near side, caught by McAllister, turns upfield, out to the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. My math is off today. That's a gain of 13. What am I talking about? Still shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 6. I need to go back to school. Remedial math. The Saints' Jerome Taylor will come on. And he'll try a 33-yard field goal. Going to put the Saints up by 2 scores. Taylor, the 5th-year kicker out of Clemson. I think we have is that an injury timeout or is it a regular timeout? Got the Chargers in their old school unis. They look good in those. That's why I'm playing them in those all season. 4th and 6, 33 yards. Taylor to put the Saints up by 10. Snap, kick is up. And this time the kick is good. And the Saints lead it 10-0. 37 seconds left to play here in the first half. Here at the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana, week number 12. Here at Jammin' Sports. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead on this Saturday, the first of 3. And then we'll have a triple header tomorrow, also at 6 Eastern, to wrap up week 12. Taylor will kick off for New Orleans. From the 4-yard line, David Thompson over the 20, 25. And Thompson plowing forward out to the 33. New Orleans still with 2 timeouts. 32 seconds to work with. Ethan Garbers will come back out. Some highlights. Well, that's Thompson catching a pass. Big gain. And David Thompson again. However, the Chargers have not been able to convert those plays into points. They trail 10-0 with 32 seconds left in the half. On 1st and 10, 4 wide. Garbers under center.
Set. Green 39. Green.
Garbers drops back, looks downfield, throws, caught by Burke. And Burke only picks up a yard to the 34-yard line. Make it a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. Chargers take a timeout. They have 1 left. 27 seconds left until halftime. Here on, well, not quite Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street is 2 blocks over from the Superdome. I have a cousin that lives in Baton Rouge. Way back when I was a teenager, I visited him in Baton Rouge. We went to New Orleans and got to tour the Superdome. And it sits 2 blocks from Bourbon. 2nd and 8 from the 34-yard line. Garbers in the shotgun.
Here we go now. 319.
Garbers looking. Garbers rolls out, throws downfield, caught by Thompson, wide open down the sideline. Thompson, touchdown, Chargers. 66 yards, David Thompson, the 10th-year receiver out of Florida. And right before halftime, the Chargers get on the board with a 66-yard catch and run by David Thompson. That should jumpstart the Chargers. No pun intended. Kapow, Evil Dead says. Here's the thing, though. New Orleans gets the ball first in the second half. Chargers started the game with that long drive, and they threw a pick. Tyler Hines will come on for the extra point. Draw the Chargers to within 3. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Saints lead is now 10-7 with 18 seconds left here in the first half. Vikings, Cardinals, Redskins, Seahawks, both on the way here today. A triple header today. We're in the late slate of games, late afternoon games here in Week 12. Got a lot of remaining games all on the West Coast coming up after this. There's the kickoff. About a yard deep. Green brings it out over the 15, 20, 25. And Green out to the 30-yard line. On the return there for New Orleans, that's Thomas Green, the rookie out of Michigan State. 14 seconds left. Yeah, looking at the remaining schedule, all the rest of the games are in either the Mountain or Pacific time zone. The 5 remaining games on the schedule for Week 12. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hicks to Wilder, and Wilder plows forward out to the 36-yard line. It looks like New Orleans is going to be happy to go to the locker room. We go to halftime. Halftime score, New Orleans 10, Chargers 7. Here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. We go to the second half in our interconference matchup between the Chargers and the Saints. The Saints lead at 10-7. The Chargers at 6-5. They come into this week 2 games behind the Raiders in the AFC West. And the Saints come in at 3-8. Currently tied with the Cardinals for last place in the NFC West. If the Saints lose, they're eliminated from postseason play. If they win, they keep their slim playoff hopes alive. New Orleans will get the second half kickoff. Thomas Green from the 2-yard line over the 20. And Green makes his way out to the 25-yard line. And that's where New Orleans will take over, 1st and 10. Peyton Hicks, 7th-year quarterback out of Tennessee, will come out to lead the offense. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Misty's here. Say hi, Misty. She waved, like you can see there. New Orleans will start from the 25-yard line. This would be a pretty significant upset if the Saints were to win this game. Hicks under center on 1st down. Hicks hands off to Wilder around the outside, and Wilder out to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5. Make it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Not Wilder, I'm sorry. Number 30. No, it was Wilder. Never mind. I'm all messed up. 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line. It was Wilder, the 7th-year back out of Tennessee. In the offset eye. Hicks to Wilder again. Wilder gets hit in the backfield. The Chargers are right there, a 3-yard loss. Odell Briggs on the tackle in his 7th year out of Wisconsin. The linebacker came charging in there and made a nice stop. I think the Chargers are fired up here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, trying to get a stop so they can get the ball back and possibly take the lead. Saints up 10-7. 3rd and 8 for New Orleans now from their own 27-yard line. Saints come out 4 wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks draws back. Hicks steps up, throws, and he missed his receiver, looking for Dalton Hancock coming across the middle. New Orleans goes 3 and out on their opening drive of the 2nd half, and they're going to have to punt. Bill Stone, the 2nd-year punter out of Cal, will come on. He was punting with the Lions last season. He only spent a year with the Lions. Stone gets the punt away. From the 20-yard line, Thompson brings it back. Thompson slips through and gets out to the 33-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it, 1st and 10, with 6:43 left to play. We're in the 3rd quarter here from New Orleans. Misty has said goodnight at 5:45 Central Time. That's got to be a new record. Yeah, we've been up for a while now. Yeah, I did take a 2-hour nap this afternoon. Rejuvenated me. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Ethan Garbers, the quarterback, under center. Garbers hands off to Branch, and Brian Branch goes nowhere. He's going to lose 2 yards. Curry Felton comes in and makes the tackle for the Saints. A loss of 2 to be 2nd and 12. Well, I don't normally get up at 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday, so I took a nap when I came in. That's right. Evil Dead says you need your naps when you're close to 70. You see, he knows. That's right. That's right. That's valuable time, that nap time. 2nd and 12 from the 31-yard line. 4 wide. 3 to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers draws back, sets up a screen pass to Alan Scott, but the Saints are right there. Coming in to make the tackle, Dante Monroe. That's going to be a loss of 4. It'll be 3rd and 16. They are. They absolutely are. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I needed a nap this afternoon. I'm making up for the fact I probably won't get a nap tomorrow because I have to paint somebody's room tomorrow. 3rd and 16 from the 28-yard line. 5 wide, empty backfield. Garbers in the shotgun.
Here we go now. Green 39.
On 3rd and 16, Garbers back. Looking, throws, Caught by Roush. He's going to be way shy of the first down. A gain of 12 out to the 39-yard line to bring up 4th and 4. And San Diego's going to have to punt. Chris Rothman comes up and makes the tackle. The 4th-year safety out of Oregon. So during my triple header tomorrow, if I'm grumpy, you know why. Jeremiah Restrepo back to punt, gets the punt away. From the 10-yard line, Alvin Marshall brings it back to the 20-yard line. Marshall in his 3rd year out of Idaho. So the Saints are still up 10-7 here in the 3rd quarter. Peyton Hicks will come back out. His numbers on the day. Not spectacular, but they're okay. 5:12 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. New Orleans trying to keep their very slim playoff hopes alive. 1st and 10. Saints from the 20-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks, play action, looking, throws, caught by Nelson out to the 28-yard line. Connor Nelson, the 2nd-year tight end out of the University of Washington. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Under 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 2 from the 28-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder up the middle, and Wilder close to the marker out to the 30-yard line. He's going to be just shy, and that's going to bring up 3rd and inches. On the tackle there for the Chargers, Thomas Gore, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, the defensive tackle. 4:25 in counting. Going to be 3rd and inches for New Orleans. Hicks under center. Jefferson in motion. Hicks drops back. Throws deep. Caught by Dalton Hancock. Out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 15. And a New Orleans first down. That'll move the chains. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Saints lead at 10-7, and they're on the move. First and 10 from the 45. 3 receivers to the near side. Hicks in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Hicks fakes the handoff. Throws outside to Jefferson. Turns downfield, and Jefferson only picks up 2. Kirk Grove on the tackle. Kirk Grove in his 9th year at Youngstown State. A gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. 3:31 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. I would have taken that Doberman if I was able to, but we don't have room for one here. 2nd and 8 from the 47-yard line. Hicks from the shotgun. Hicks to Wilder, and Wilder crosses midfield, and Wilder down to the Charger 43-yard line. A gain of 10. Misty is talking to our dachshund right now, saying, Daddy's trying to replace you. Oh yeah, I wasn't going to take it. They were both sweethearts though. 1st and 10 from the Charger 43-yard line. 4 wide for the Saints. Hicks under center. Hicks to Carter, and Ed Carter up the middle, and Carter all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 7. I can't count. A gain of 13. Oh, it's been that kind of day. A gain of 7. It was a gain of 13. Ed Carter, the 4th-year back out of Ole Miss. See, it's been a while since I did a game on Saturday, you see, so it's messing me up. First and 10 from the Charger 30-yard line, 2:25 and counting. Evil Dead says it's okay. He knows I'm closing it on 70, so. Hicks to Carter, and Carter back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Actually, now they say a gain of a yard as Camello comes up and makes the tackle. Sean Camello, the fourth-year linebacker out of Syracuse. 2nd and 9 for the Saints at the Charger 30-yard line. 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Low-scoring game, Saints up 10-7. Hicks on 2nd and 9. Hands off to Carter again, and Carter out to the 23, a gain of 7. I think something may have happened to Wilder. He's not in there. Carter, he's been in there for several plays. Carter's doing okay, though. 3rd and 3 from the Charger 23-yard line. As Bolton comes in and makes the tackle. Bobby Bolton, the 7th-year linebacker out of Memphis. 3rd and 3 from the 23-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield. Hands off to Wilder, who's back in there. And Wilder out to the 18, a gain of 5, and that'll be New Orleans' first down. This has been a nice drive by the Saints. It's been a long drive. And they've worked it down to the Charger 18-yard line. On the tackle that time, Verlin Wells, the 4th-year linebacker out of Oklahoma State. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Coming up on a minute left here in the third quarter. Saints come out. Hicks under center. Hicks, 3-step drop. Hicks in trouble, and Hicks gets slung down for a sack. Back at the 22-yard line. A loss of 4 yards. A.J. Brand, the 4th-year defensive end out of Virginia Tech, on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Saints at the Charger 22. We're coming up on 30 seconds left to play. Hicks in the gun. Hicks to Wilder, a draw play up the middle. And a flag is down. There may be a face mask or a block in the back. How about holding on New Orleans, on Cotter Myers, the center, and that'll back him up.
Still 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd and 24 and back at the 32-yard line. Things were going good for the Saints until those last couple of plays. Now it's 2nd and 24 from the 32. They have to get to the 8-yard line for a first down.
Here we go.
Hicks in the shotgun. Hands off to Mosley this time. And Mosley to the 30-yard line. John Mosley, the 2nd-year back out of North Carolina. Thomas Gore on the tackle. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Saints up 10-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Saints lead the Chargers 10-7. It'll be 3rd and 22 for New Orleans at the Charger 30-yard line as we start the fourth and final quarter. Saints trying to score the upset, keep their slim playoff hopes alive. And I do mean slim. 4 wide for the Saints. Hicks in the shotgun. 3rd and 22. Hicks looking. Hicks throws deep into the end zone. St. John comes down with it. Touchdown, New Orleans. What a grab. DeMarcus St. John, a 32-yard touchdown catch. He was diving and spinning and somehow comes down with it. He was well covered by John Majors. What a catch. 3rd-year receiver out of Michigan. And New Orleans goes up 16-7. A 2-score lead now. Jerome Taylor for the extra point to put the Saints up by 10. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Saints lead it 17-7. 7:55 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And the Chargers are laying an egg at a time they can ill afford to do so. They should have beat the Rams last week. And they're playing, at least on paper, an inferior team today with New Orleans. And they're laying an egg for the second week in a row. A couple of weeks ago, they blew out Denver, and we thought the Chargers were the second coming. But back-to-back duds, at least so far. Jerome Taylor will kick off. Saints up by 10. There's the kickoff. It'll be fielded at the goal line by Thompson over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And David Thompson brings it out. He fumbles, and New Orleans comes up with it. Are you kidding me? Thompson fumbles on the return. Now, was he down? He's down. They'll review that. That'll be Charger football. Yeah, his elbow and forearm are down. We should get a review here. If we don't, they're going to get robbed. No review yet. They didn't get one earlier. There it is, finally. We'll take another look, but it should confirm what we already suspect. Yeah, he was down. That's going to be Charger football. Yep, elbow down, into the turf. Let's see what the official says here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
It's overturned. It'll be Charger football. 7:49 left to play. We're in the fourth quarter. New Orleans up by 10 on the Chargers, 17-7. Chargers come out 4 wide, make it 5. No, they have a single back. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back. Garber's throws near side, caught by Tate. Deon Tate, the 7th-year receiver out of Vanderbilt, out to the 44-yard line. That's a 25-yard gain into New Orleans territory. That'll be a first down for San Diego. Chargers, if they can score quickly and get back in this game, then they have a shot, but they got to get something done quickly. Darnell Kirk on the tackle, the 3rd-year safety out of Rice. 7.5 minutes left. 1st and 10 Chargers at the New Orleans 44. Chargers come out 4 wide. Garber's in the shotgun.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Garber's drops back. He's got all day. Throws outside to Scott. He gets nailed as he catches the ball by Benjamin Clements. It'll be a gain of 3, though. Out to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. Clock is moving. We're down to 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter as we watch the replay. Benjamin Clements, number 25 in his 6th year out of Texas. Boy, Alan Scott, he did well to hold on to that. Under 7 minutes left. Chargers now at the Saint 40-yard line, 4 wide on 2nd and 7. Garber's drops back. Garber's throws. Caught by Thompson. They had 2 receivers in the same place. Never a good sign. He caught it, though, a gain of 4. Alan Scott was right there as well. He ran into Scott after he caught the ball. Andrew Moore on the tackle for New Orleans. 6.5 minutes left. 3rd and 3. This is a big 3rd down for the Chargers. They come out in the eye. Garber's hands off to Branch. And Brian Branch picks up the first down out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8. The 6th-year back out of Colorado, Brian Branch. First down, Chargers. at the New Orleans 28-yard line. Curry Felton making the tackle. Down to 6 minutes left. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. At the Saint 28, 3 to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers fakes the handoff. He's got all day once again. Throws near side, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Darnell Kirk. The intended receiver was number 85, Jim Roush, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. A nice defensive play by Kirk. Third-year safety out of Rice University in Houston. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. 5:41 left. There's time for the Chargers, but they got to score on this drive. 5 wide, empty backfield. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers drops back, throws, and I'm not sure who that was to. He either overthrew a guy underneath or he underthrew a guy downfield. They're focusing in on number 82 there, Ben Ruth, the tight end, but incomplete. 3rd and 10 from the 28-yard line. 5:39 left. 3 to the near side. Garbers in the shotgun. It was to Davis. Garbers fakes the handoff. Throws downfield, and it's what a play by Templeton. Knocks the ball away. James Templeton, the 8th-year defensive back out of South Carolina, broke up the pass intended for Ben Ruth, the tight end. It'll be 4th down. This will be a 45-yard field goal attempt. Chargers are down by 10. They need a field goal along the line anyway. So just get the 3 points now and make it a one-possession game. Tyler Hines from 45. Snap, kick is up. And that's good. Wasn't the prettiest kick, but it got through. Saints lead it now 17-10. 5.5 minutes left. We're in the 4th quarter. Live from the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead on this Saturday. Evil Dead, who comes in at 87-63. He took the Chargers in this one. He's hoping for a comeback. After this game, we'll head out to Glendale, Arizona. It'll be the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. And then we'll head up to Seattle, Washington. It'll be the Redskins and the Seahawks, our 3rd game today. Misty's over 1 million, she says. There's the kick. From the 3-yard line, Alvin Marshall over the 20-25. And Marshall out to the 32. The 3rd-year receiver out of Idaho. Famous potatoes. Peyton Hicks comes back out. His numbers on the day, not bad. Not shabby. Like I said, New Orleans trying to stave off elimination. They stay alive for another week if they win today. See if the Chargers defense can get a stop or if New Orleans can put this one away. 1st and 10, 4 wide for the Saints. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks throws. Caught by Dalton Hancock, who gets out to the 43. A gain of 11. And that'll be a New Orleans 1st down. If it was the 43-yard line, he got a good spot. He got a really good spot. They put him down at the 42. The fix is in. That's one thing you don't have to worry about when you do these games. Coming up on 5 minutes left. 1st and 10. Saints from their own 43-yard line. 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Hicks to Wilder up the middle, and Wilder gets taken down after a 1-yard gain by John Keith. Make it a 2-yard gain. Boy, they're getting good spots. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 44-yard line. Yeah, you don't have to worry about teams tanking when you do Madden games or anything like that. I have a cure to keep people from tanking. I'll explain in a minute. Hicks on second down throws, gets it out to Jefferson, out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 6 will be 3rd and 2. The NFL draft currently, if you make the playoffs, like if you win the Super Bowl, you pick last. If you are in the Super Bowl, you're second to last. And then it goes up the order from there with all the other playoff teams. They all pick last. 3rd and 2 from the 49. Hicks hands off to Wilder, and Wilder out to the 46. A gain of 3, picks up the first down, and now the Saints can eat up more time. It's the teams that don't make the playoffs. They're the ones that are put in the draft from worst to best record. I say reverse it. How many teams make the playoffs now? 14? So there's 18 teams that don't make the playoffs. Instead of making the worst team pick first, make the worst team pick 18th. That way you have an incentive to win. Hicks throws, and it bounces right to Hancock on the deflection. A gain of 7, and it'll be a Saint first down. That way, if you finish with the worst record, you're going to pick 18th. And if you have the best record of the teams that didn't make the playoffs, you're going to pick first. Teams will not tank anymore. I know, but they won't tank anymore. There's nothing worse than that in my mind. 2nd and 3. Hicks to Wilder. And Wilder out to the 34-yard line, a gain of 5. That way the teams that suck are still going to want to win. They're going to play hard down the stretch. First down, New Orleans. Plus, you know as well as I do, not every first-round draft pick is equal. I give you Exhibit A, Johnny Manziel. I don't put much stock in the overall number 1 pick. They can be a bust as many times as they can be good. Wilder up the middle, and Wilder to the 31-yard line as we hit the 2-minute warning. Saints up 17-10 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. Saints lead the Chargers 17-10. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Saints. They have the ball at the Charger 31-yard line. This is another game the Chargers have let slip away. They should have beat the Rams last week. They had the Rams at one point. And the Rams came storming back in the 4th quarter. And now the Saints lead it 17-10. In the I formation, Hicks to Wilder. And Wilder picks up a first down out to the 23-yard line. And the Chargers take their first timeout. Chargers are going to fall to 6 and 6. They'll be 2.5 games behind the Raiders. They actually come into this week tied with Denver for 2nd place. So the Broncos now pull into 2nd place. Oh yeah, he was a silver spoon. That's why he didn't care. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. When you never have to work for something, you tend to not care. Not just about those things that are important, but the people around you as well. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks to Wilder. And Wilder presses forward for 2 yards out to the 21-yard line. You can get away with that in college, though, Evil Dead. Not all college teams are created equal. In the NFL, the worst team could probably beat the best team in college 9 times out of 10. The talent level in the NFL is so much higher and so much faster. That's the biggest difference. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 21. Chargers are down to their final timeout. Except for the Pats, that's right. Those are always an exception that proves the rule. In the I formation, Hicks under center. Hicks, play action. Hicks looking, dumps it off to, who is that? Wright. Number 35, Jaron Wright, the fullback. He's going to lose 3 yards as his momentum takes him out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 11 from the 24-yard line, 1:47 left. Well, because he went out of bounds, the Chargers don't have to take a timeout. Now it's 3rd and 11. In the I formation, Hicks to Wilder, and Wilder down to the 19, a gain of 5. San Diego takes their final timeout. Jerome Taylor will come on. This will be a 36-yard attempt. It'd put the Saints back up by 10 and pretty much put this game out of reach. The Chargers need a block or a miss. They need something. You read my mind there. Saints up 17-10, 1:43 left. Jerome Taylor from 36. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Saints go up 20-10 with 1:40 left. Here at the Superdome in New Orleans, Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Yeah, fat lady's coming to the stage. Evil Dead's going to be 87-64, 23 games up. San Diego's going to drop to 6-6, and New Orleans will go to 4-8. They stay alive, barely, in the NFC playoff picture. They're on life support right now. A yard deep, Thompson brings it out over the 10, 15, 20, 25. David Thompson out to the 29-yard line. Chargers have no timeouts, and they're down by 10 with 1:36 left. They might score again, but they're not going to win this game. I don't see it. Vikings Cardinals up next. I have a pretty good idea who Evil Dead is going to take. And it's not the ones it's not the Redbirds.
Let's go. Green 39.
1st and 10 from the 29. Garber's back. Garbers rolls out, throws near side, caught by Thompson. Out to the 42, a gain of 13. Chargers still playing tough here. Down to 120. 1st and 10. Garbers fakes the handoff, throws deep, caught by Deon Tate down the sideline. Big gain by Tate, all the way down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 40. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Where was this Charger offense earlier? Under a minute to play. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back. Garber's looking, steps up, and Felton gets the sack. A 5-yard loss back to the 17-yard line. Chargers quickly come to the line. They're out of timeouts. He'll spike it here, I'm sure. He does with 40 seconds left. A loss of 6 on the sack. It'll bring up 3rd and 16. 40 seconds left. Garber's in the shotgun. Garbers drops back. Throws downfield. Caught by Randolph. Down to the 1. A gain of 16. They got to hurry up. 1st and goal from the 1. Chargers may actually score here. Garber's under center. He'll spike it with 26 seconds left. If they score here and get the onside kick, that would make things interesting. 2nd and goal from the 1. They don't have time to mess around here. They got to punch it in. Garber's in the shotgun, 2nd and goal. Garber's back, throws into the end zone. Randolph, touchdown, San Diego. A 1-yard touchdown catch. And on the catch is Aaron Randolph, the rookie out of Maryland. So now it's 20-16. And if the Chargers were to get the onside kick, all they need to do is get into field goal range. But that's a mighty big if. Tyler Hines for the extra point. The kick is up and good. 20-17. People are going to see this final score and think it was a close game. It really wasn't. All right, let's see if the Chargers can get the onside kick. If they do, it kind of changes everything. Jeremiah Restrepo, he does the kickoff duties, the punter, in his 10th year out of James Madison. He'll tee it up. It all comes down to this, the onside kick. There's the kick, and it's fielded by McAllister. And the Saints will take over at the Charger 45-yard line. One more snap, and this one's done. The Chargers are now 6-6, and the Saints are now 4-8. Peyton Hicks will come back out. Yeah, the Bolts have more total yards. I'm sure they do. It wouldn't surprise me. We'll see when the game's over, when they show the stats. Final play of the game. New Orleans will come out in the victory formation. A good win for the Saints here today. Hicks will take a knee, and that'll do it. They don't have to snap it again if they don't want to. As the final seconds will tick away, your final score: New Orleans 20, San Diego 17. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Vikings Cardinals up next. We'll see you then.